What is going on, everybody? This is AFG 1997 coming back with you here, guys. Another college basketball video on this terrific Saturday of college hoops. I know I am enjoying it too, but that's what it is, guys. Oh man, crazy day today. We saw this Missouri, two buzzer beater chances, and it was 81-78, like 3 seconds left, and then from the logo, ties the game in overtime. And then in overtime, like 5-10 minutes later, something like that, yeah, Missouri go for the win because they were down by two, and I thought OU was going to win. And speakly, we'll get to the Longhorn schedule in just a moment. We saw Illinois beat Purdue, 3 straight three-pointers to give them a chance to lead in this Big Ten conference play. Excuse me. And then I seen Texas Tech just beat Houston earlier today. Other games going on around the college basketball. Yeah, Duke beat Wake Forest. Louisville won. North Carolina survived against Virginia. I didn't saw that coming, but man, crazy game in college basketball today. Just want to check it out. But for right here, Texas. And then UConn. We're gonna get to that, but first, the weather forecast in my area. Well, it's 35 degrees. Tonight's gonna be like drizzle, like 70-80% chance of rain, showers before it started to get frosty, before it gets colder. Tomorrow. So at least I survived, and I barely got out of the water. So at least I live. At least I lived. Just want to keep my thoughts on that weather forecast tomorrow. We already know tomorrow's going to be that high 39 degrees. So the game we just caught for that because I was watching UConn game, and I'll get to that next coming up in this video. Well, I'm recording right now. Texas. That loss against Kentucky pretty much waked themselves up. It pretty much waked themselves up. It did. So right now they're 3-4 in the conference play because they're only 3 games back on Texas A&M. They're in first place. They took care of South Carolina today. South Carolina's not having a better season right now because of the quad one wins. That's what matters in the NCAA tournament. We're going to get to the recaps right now before we get to statistics coming up in just a moment. And we're ready. So, yeah, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to this channel, ring that bell notifications on, and share this video out there. So, especially you check your videos every day and your YouTube channel accounts so you'll get demonetized from the hacker bots, which is the AI hacker bots that is going on out there right now. So, right now, I'm watching the Arkansas LSU results in the BYU and Utah game that I'm recording right now. And then the game Baylor, Texas Christian University, TCU Baylor game. And then the other games right now. DePaul Seton Hall game. Well, as you can see right there, Texas rallies to beat number 21 Georgia 87-67 behind Swain's 26 points. We'll get to the stats in a little bit. So first up, here we go. This is from Austin, Texas. Dailyn Swain scored 26 points. Tramon Mark added a season best of 23, and Texas overwhelmed number 21 Georgia on today's results. Yep, with a strong second half. That pretty much wake themselves up after the loss to Kentucky on Wednesday night. Now, their shooting just got themselves back into rhythm on Coach Sean Miller. And Texas trailed by 7 at halftime, but outscored Georgia 57-30 in the second half while shooting 69% from the field. Yeah. They were shooting good. Texas, I never see how Texas had to handle that ever since. And it's already been a week ago since losing to A&M. Still, pretty much wake themselves up. But I think we got to move on for that. For the first time since January 23rd, 2002. Yeah, it still disgusts me, but it is what it is. Swain hit 12 16 shots from the field overall, and Mark made 10 out of 16 shots. Mark scored 10 straight shots, straight points, excuse me. Yeah, because he's been shooting real good, actually, for Texas in the second half, including consecutive three-pointers. Mark had 16 points in the second half, and Swain had 14. Swain also had 5 steals. He's got 5 steals against Georgia. Georgia's offense that are not shooting too good, because they were too good in the first half, but the second half really pretty much fell off dramatically right in the face of the rock. That's what it all means. And then after Mark's scoring streak, the Longhorns made 17 out of 2 push that include a pair of three-pointers by Cam Hyde. Texas hit 5 out of 11 three-pointers in the second half. Miles Volkaitis had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks for Texas despite early foul troubles that sent him to the bench. Jordan Pope scored 10 out of 14 points in the second half. Gotta give credit to Jordan Pope. I mean, last season, when you had Trey Johnson under Rodney Terry, the a.k.a. failed experiment of Dexter's Laboratory, or Mandark, DD itself, it just failed him. I would have kept Rick Barnes longer in Texas if he would have gone past the first round still. But it is what it is. It doesn't matter. We still won that game. Texas' uneven season includes win against AP top 25 opponents. Alabama, yes, that was like 3 weeks ago during the NFL wildcard. Well, actually, is it 3 weeks ago? Hold on. No, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was against Alabama. That was the Packers lost to the Bears. Vanderbilt and Georgia. Yeah, Vanderbilt home gave them their first loss in the season, and Georgia, but losses to unranked Mississippi State and Texas A&M at home. Yeah, pretty much wake themselves up in the SEC. And then Jeremiah Wilkerson led Georgia with 17 points, but he made just 4 out of 12 from the field. Somto Cyril scored 12 points. Gotta give kid the credit. Credit is due. Texas held the Bulldogs to 28 points, lower than their average of 94.8, which led the nation before Saturday, which is today, by the way. They just had 7 fast break points, 17 fewer than normal mark, which also leads the country. And yes, Texas gets at Auburn on Wednesday night. We'll get to the schedule in just a little bit. Let's look at the box score first. On the Bulldogs side, Samoto on Cyril, 25 minutes, but Jeremiah Wilkerson played 32 minutes, but 17 points, 4 for 12 from the field, 3 for 7 from the field on 3-point shots, and then he shot a little good on free throws, except Jordan Ross shot perfectly on free throw lines. But Cyril only shot 5 for 8 on field goals, including points in the paint. In fast break points. You got 3 rebounds on Jordan Ross, 5 on Cyril, and then Jeremiah Wilkerson gets 3 rebounds. Also 3 steals on Blue Kane. And then you got 2 and then everybody's got split on blocks, and then you got Marcus Millender, 28 minutes, 9 points, 3 for 9 on field goals, 2 for 6 on 3-point shots, 2 for 4 on Jake Wilkins on free throw shots. I mean, he's got good rebounds on Kareem Stagg and Marcus Millender, and then 5 turnovers allowed. You got 3 assists. So on the Texas side, you got 39 minutes, almost to 40 by Dailyn Swain, almost to 40 minutes in the game. He scored 26 points in one day, 12 for 16 on the field from field goal shots, and you got 2 for 4 on Camden Hyde and Dailyn Swain. 5 for 5 shots on free throws on Jordan Pope and Miles Volkaitis, 4 for 5. and then 8 rebounds, 4 assists on Tramon Mark, 5 steals on Dailyn Swain, and then 2 blocks on Miles Vukaitis. And then Chandler Weaver, 22 minutes, 4 points. He's got a good field goal off the bench. And then 4 rebounds on Simon Wiltshire, 4 assists, and then 2 steals on Wiltshire, but Weaver's got a block. And now for the stats on today's game. Well, Texas got more field goals and 3-point shots today than Georgia. Better free throws. 75% or more has better free throws on Texas. And that's pretty good. Excuse me for a second. That's pretty good for the Longhorns. If you're a Texas fan, you gotta give credit to them because these kids just shot the ball today. But 26 points on Swain, he's gotten really good numbers. But they got more rebounds. Offensive rebounds is a split for both teams, except defensive rebounds, 7 more than Georgia. And then you got 3 blocks on both sides of a team. Yes, and then you got turnovers allowed on Georgia. The Bulldogs of Georgia. So, and then points in the paint, it goes to Texas. Fouls, 18. And a Franklin foul. I think someone got a Franklin foul. But in the second half, I believe it's in the second half. Yeah, it was on a Franklin foul. If I'm not mistaken, because I can't find it, because I'm going to get to the next one, because if we and get to Texas schedule and then UConn recap. It was a crazy game because I was watching back and forth before 30 minutes later. Yeah. I thought Villanova was going to win that game, but we'll get to that right now. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to find who got a Franklin foul. Well, I can't find it because if I can't find it, then you're going to have to look for it. I think it's in the second half. It's in the second half. Sorry about that. Was it on Jordan Pope? I don't think. Oh, bummer. Man, Texas barely got it. Wake up. Yes, I know the women's basketball game against Arkansas. Well, tomorrow's game against Arkansas was postponed because of tomorrow's gonna be that cold, and that was pushed back to February 19th. Well, I gotta focus on the Winter Olympics. Sorry. I gotta get ready for that. I can't find it. Somebody got a Franklin foul. But, yeah. I think it's Vukaitis. Something like that. Oh, well, I can't find it, but... Oh, well, I can't find it, but... Yeah, someone got a Franklin foul, but that's what it is. Yeah. But let's look at their schedule on their next game for the end of this month. Well, they have I told you at Auburn, and then next week at Oklahoma. Yeah, because Oklahoma had two chances to stop Missouri's buzzer beating shots, tie the game or win the game for overtime, and Missouri beat them. So we got OU next Saturday at 1 p.m. on ESPN2. So That's going to be the same network, 6 p.m. at Auburn and then 1 p.m. in Oklahoma, Wednesday and Saturday. So it's going to be interesting. Texas got some work to do. But on the other game, man, this is the Big East Conference Championship game potential preview. When it comes to March Madness, this is like the game that everybody's expecting. This is the women's. Okay. Not Seton Hall. It was Villanova. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong section. So, there we go. There we go, guys. I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Now, this is a real Big East potential title game preview. It went into overtime, but I knew Villanova defense stopped us like 0.3 seconds left in regulation and sent this game to overtime. Pretty much almost cost us the game. But we're going to recap this game before we start closing out. So, here we go. This game, Ball Caravan, man, for Hartford, Connecticut. Solo Ball had 24 points, including a key three-pointer in overtime, and Alex Caravan had all of his 17 after halftime. Yeah, because that game was 31-27. They were down by 4 at halftime. Number 2, UConn beat Villanova today, 75-67. Celis DeMary Jr. and Terrace Reed Jr. each finished with 10 points for UConn, which won its 15th game in a row. They never lost a game since Arizona and pretty much wake themselves up because Arizona took a spanking on West Virginia today. Yeah, they'll lose a game. And hopefully we'll get that number one ranking. But what matters is the NCAA tournament. Quad one wins and the net rankings is what matters. Matthew Hoge hit a three-pointer with 66 seconds left in the second half to give Villanova a 2-point lead, but Reed tied it up on the tip that bounced off the rim a couple of times. I kind of saw that. It just bounced it like, oh, great. Nova's they were going to win this game for sure. And then Villanova's Tyler Perkins opened overtime with a three-pointer, but that was the Wildcats' only field goal in extra period. Perkins and Duke Brennan had 60 points apiece for Villanova. They had a good game today. I'll give credit where credit is due. All right? It's a great game. This is like the Big East title matchup when it comes to March at the Madison Square Garden over there at the Big Garden. So, and by the way, guys, both of us that we play today, they got Providence. Us, we got Providence. Them, Nova, us, Providence. We have them on Tuesday. They have them on Friday. Man. UConn coach Dan Hurley was called for a technical. Yep, I knew it. With 15:06 left in the second half, after no foul was called on a shot in the paint by Caravan, and then Villanova's Caden Lewis went up to the line after being fouled. That was a bogus move. It was a bullshit move by the referees. Just give Coach Hurley a little chance for that. If I was the coach at UConn, I would scream at the referees like, hey, you got to overturn it. But it don't matter. We won that game. They won that game. Devin Eskew made both free throws on a technical, and Lewis hit both foul shots to put Villanova up 39-33. Ball had 5 points in a 7-0 run in his three-pointer, with 12-12 remaining, gave the Huskies their first lead of the second half. Pretty much impressive game. Interesting. The Wildcats regained the lead on a back-to-back three-pointers by Hoge and Eskew. Hoge hit a pair of three-pointers as Villanova took an 8-0 lead. The Wildcats led 31-27. Yeah, as we told you that up there on the board. And then UConn freshman Braylon Mullins left the game early in the second half when it appeared that he was hit in the face. Yeah, and when Lewis was dribbled up the court. Pretty scary moment. If Mullins to stay healthy in the next game against Providence, should be no problem. Should be no problem without Ed Cooley. So today's game, both players play 40 minutes. Duke Brennan and Bryce Lindsey. Both of them play 40 minutes, along with Alex Caravan on the court for UConn. But Tyler Perkins scored 16 with Duke Brennan, as we told you that. 16 for 6 field goals. 4 for 6 on Matt Hoge. 8 for 9 free throws. Good numbers. But 14 rebounds, has a better impressive offensive and defensive rebounds. But 5 assists on Caden Lewis. Man. But Bryce Lindsey has 2 steals. And a block by Duke Brennan. But off the bench, David Escu, 13 points, 27 minutes off the bench. 4 for 9 free field goals, 3 for 4 3-pointers, 2 for 2 free throws. But 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And then you got blocks and steal, only once. But on UConn's side, 24 points on solo ball. He's the player of the game today. But also on 7 for 17 field goal shots, 5 for 12 3-pointers, 5 for 5 free throws, perfection. But Caravan has 8 for 9. 11 rebounds by Terrace Reed Jr., 7 assists on Silas DeMary Jr. He's got good numbers. But 3 steals, 4 turnovers allowed on Terrace Reed Jr., but no blocks on the court except Jaden Ross. But 20 minutes off the bench on Jalen Stewart, only scored 2, but 4 points on Eric Ripe. Pretty solid field goals. But 3-point shots off the bench, they weren't too good. 4 rebounds on Ripe he has, and assists. But on the stats, both of us were shooting poor fundamental basketball. They weren't shooting too good. Like off the cold range, like it's cold outside in my area. They were shooting cold. But still, we won this game. And that was an ugly game from the end of that game, the end of the start of that. I mean, it is, man. Oh, man. I would expect this, but still, we still won that game. It doesn't matter what the result is going to be, because you got a 3-point shot on Nova. They were shooting poorly than us. They're not too good, except free throws. They're doing just better on free throw shots. 77% on both numbers. Look at this. 17 out of 22 free throws on the field. Perfect numbers. Perfect numbers. But we got more rebounds. 3 more rebounds than Nova. Both of us split offensive rebounds. And then we got 3 more defensive rebounds, including assists. We got 5 steals. They got 2 blocks only once. That was off the bench. But turnovers allowed. And yes, that technical foul was on Dan Hurley when under 52 to play in the second half. But points in the paint, we got. So, still, man, let's look at the Huskies schedule before we wrap this video up. Man, Texas, we know they got Auburn on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. in my time here on ESPN2 on the same network a week from today, 1 p.m. against Oklahoma. OU still sucks. That Missouri beat them. Yes, it's going to be a normal 1 p.m. in my time. Cannot wait for that. But the game of UConn, we got Providence. They lost today to Georgetown. And I'm sorry, Yank the Tank. My condolences, but you're not going to be facing each other on this Tuesday, on January 27th. That's going to be a heck of a game at 6:30 on True TV and TNT. And a week from today, a Saturday night game against Creighton at Creighton Blue Jays. That's going to be a great game. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be the Big East game of the week on Fox. So tune in for that, because I know I'll be looking forward to that. Both Texas and UConn teams of mine. Man, what a game. What a game. So again, check your videos on your YouTube channel accounts so you don't want to get hacked by the AI bots hackers. If this does by aka exploit content, your videos and your channel will be demonetized. Yep, it will be taken down, pulled down from that. Because we already seen him and Reinhardt, so yeah, we're trying to get him back, but it's not gonna happen. So there you have it, guys. Please stay safe out there from this weather this weekend. The weather storm, winter weather storm, Fern, like Fernando Mendoza. I'm just kidding. Yeah, congrats to IU still, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm gonna be bundled up tonight as well for tomorrow's conference championship game. So I'll try and make a video before that, after the post game between the Broncos and the Patriots. So I'll see about that. Thoughts on the comment section down below. Smash this like button, subscribe to this channel, ring that bell notifications on, and share this video out there. Yeah. I get too much to say for today's college basketball. Man. Pretty good day for me. Pretty good day for me. So okay. I just want to check out if they're not offline. So there you have it, guys. Both teams, Texas and UConn, got the win this weekend. Man, just feel great. Because I already know IU won last night to Rutgers. It was a great game still. But what matters is March Madness. So you guys have a good night. I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow after the game of the Broncos and Patriots and Broncos. And most likely the Rams and Seahawks for the post game. Because I'm going to make a video. So I will get to that. So tell me guys what you think. Peace. I'm out. Until the next time.